courtroom, it seemed like.
Slow down.
Yeah. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in cause number M333732, case is filed with State of Texas versus Justin Trey Bishop. Mr. Bishop, you please come forward. Mr. Bishop, is your full name Justin Trey Bishop? How you doing, Mr. Bishop? That's good. Mr. Bishop, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Jared Gilthorpe. Attorney Gilthorpe, how are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Mr. Gilthorpe, what is your announcement in Mr. Bishop's case?
Because we're asking for a reset. We were just leaked discovery this morning, and so we haven't looked at any of it, and I'd like time to go over it with Mr. Bishop.
Okay. Give us a reset. Okay, this case will be reset to June 19th of 2023. Your attorney is going to get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go.
Yes, sir.
And you have a blessed day.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Next case is cause number M329223. Case is filed with State of Texas versus Jorge Quezada. Mr. Quezada, your full name is Jorge Quezada.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Quezada?
All right, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Quezada, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Jared Gilthorpe. Attorney Gilthorpe, what's your announcement in Mr. Quezada's case?
This case, I've discussed an offer with the prosecutor. I'd like just one reset to go over a video with the defendant before we accept
Give us a
that.
reset.
09.
June 19th. Okay. Mr. Quezada, your case will be reset to June 19th. To give you and your attorney an opportunity to go over the video. Your attorney is going to be giving you a reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day.
Yeah, you're fine.
And you have a blessed day. Thank you. Next case is cause, let's see, that's Wilson. Yeah. Next case is cause number M332167. The case is styled State of Texas versus Ashland Dondre Wilson. Mr. Wilson,
Yes, sir.
is your full name Ashland Dondre Wilson?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wilson, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Wilson, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wilson, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Wilson?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Wilson, I have before me, well, Mr. Gilthorpe, do you waive a record in Mr. Wilson's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Ashland Dondre Wilson, on or about January 29th of 2022, while you are operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Wilson, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Wilson, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wilson, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment, also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials, AW, that are on a line next to a box that's checked guilty.
Yes, sir.
Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on the next page of the same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mr. Wilson, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wilson, before you signed and initialed all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Wilson, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes,
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1?
State what you're on. No objections.
State's Exhibit Number 1 is admitted into evidence. Mr. Gilthorpe, you've advised and counseled Mr. Wilson. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Wilson, your attorney, Mr. Gilthorpe, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wilson, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
And what is that agreement?
I'm sorry, the agreement is for 1 year deferred probation with a $1,000 fine and 30 hours of community service. The court would note that 30 hours is because Mr. Wilson has taken steps already towards the alcohol and drug issues. And but he will still be required with the assessment in the probation department.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, this is deferred. There's a requirement that he has is an interlock as part of the statute.
Part of the statute. Okay.
Do y'all need to talk about that?
That's fine, Judge. We don't.
Oh, okay, let me that's 42A. Okay, now, let me ask this here. Now, Mr. Wilson, do you have a commercial driver's license or do you just have a regular driver's license? Okay. If he has a commercial driver's license, he's not, by statute, he's not eligible for deferred. It's,
It's on like a 18-wheel driver's license?
Oh, yeah, commercial driver's license.
Oh, no, I misunderstood you.
I was gonna say, yeah, because you can't have both.
Yeah, okay.
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have a commercial driver's license, okay. Now, I guess the breath test was below a point.
Yeah, sure.
1.5?
In fact, I think it was what, point one?
He's 0.1.
Oh, okay. And this offense occurred on or after September 1st of 2019. So he does meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment, for the deferred. And also the court is going to find, let's see, now, Mr. Wilson, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During this 1 year probationary period, hold on a minute. Where is it? You'll be required to pay a fine of $1,000. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $457. This is 1 year. That's going to be $720. You'll also be required to pay a urinalysis fee of $15 each month, a probation fee of $60 each month. You'll also be required to pay a reimbursement fee of $15 each month. And you'll be required to pay the Jefferson County DW education class an initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Now, Mr. Wilson, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you'll be required to pay each month while you are on probation, is $216 a month. Will you be able to pay the $216 each month?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, you'll also be required to perform 30 hours of community service. You'll be required to install a DWI interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. You'll be required to attend and complete a DW education class. You will be required to have a drug and alcohol assessment. And you'll be required to adhere to the other standard terms and condition of the DWI probation. Mr. Wilson, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Wilson, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It would not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney, Mr. Gilthorpe, about the non-disclosure because he is quite competent in those matters. Now you're gonna stand in front of our clerk, follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Me too.
Mr. Gilthorpe, I think this is his last case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
You can just-